Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your September 2014 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Just want to remind you to check out the video for your rising sign if you know it, because that's more specific to you. Sometimes it can be more accurate than your sun sign, or sometimes it's the combination of the two that can really give you a good guide of what's coming up for you in September. Of course, the only way to get a reading specifically for you or any issues or problems that you may be dealing with is to get a reading with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a half an hour session. Drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video. It's in both places if you want to schedule an appointment. It can sometimes take me a few days to get back to you. Just depends on how many people are ahead of you. But please be patient. I promise I will get back to you. Last month I asked if people wanted me to continue using the stones, and the majority rules. They want the stones. So I will continue moving forward to use the stones. But for those of you who prefer the cards or are more comfortable with the cards, I am going to start laying out one tarot card for each position as well. So hopefully that's going to be a good balance. And I do use both in my private readings. I found them to blend and work really well together. There's some questions and some issues that, are better served by the runes and some by the tarot. So I just kind of go back and forth depending on what someone needs to know or wants to know. But let's take a look for you, Scorpio, in September. All right. Nice spread here. Just take a moment here and see, turn all these over and then see where they want to go. See where they want to go. I feel like these all kind of go together. Okay. All right, let me lay out the tarot cards here, one for each position. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Challenge for the month of September seems to be balancing a relationship, like a private personal relationship. So this would be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, with family relationships. And this doesn't have to be you. This could be somebody else that you know who's having trouble with this. And there's sometimes a lot of people encounter this when somebody marries into the family. So maybe there's somebody new that comes into the family, or maybe someone that's close to you is dating someone new, and you don't really care for them, or maybe you're dating someone and your family doesn't really care for them. And sometimes maybe it's going on simultaneously. Maybe they don't like who you're dating, and then you don't like who someone else in the family is dating. So that's going to be the challenge, is kind of figuring out how to move forward and keep all of those relationships in balance, and keep them going, and keep everybody happy, which is impossible. But I mean, I think it's going to be a challenge for you in September because somebody just really ticks you off with something they say, or maybe somebody took offense to what you said, but it's causing discord in the family. It's causing frustration in the family. At the center of this is a relationship causing dysfunction. And some of you may just be in a relationship that is just, it's made your home life very stressful. There's maybe a lot of arguments. There's no balance. Maybe there used to be arguments, but then there would be other times where you could make up and get along and be on the same page. But now it seems like in September, maybe it's all just arguing and discord and disharmony in your home. And, your challenge is to kind of turn that around, Scorpio, in September. Try to bring it back to, center or normalcy, especially if you have children, because, that's a very upsetting environment for children to be in. So, yeah, that's the challenge for September. But things, things are not going to stay this way. No matter how that specific situation is working out for you, and some of you, this may be centered around property or inheritance. I mean, maybe, maybe it's your spouse who's having family issues over inheritance, and, the family's really arguing over that. Or, it could be that you're trying to move in September and there's some kind of delay or frustration around that, and you get angry about that, angry or upset about that. So these delays are going to be short-lived, though. So honestly, what the runes are saying is that this is not going to stay this way, but it's just going to take time. There may not be anything you can do to turn this around. I mean, we can only do our best where other people are involved. At some point, somebody has to meet you in the middle, and it can't all be on one person. One person can't fix something when other people are all involved. You can try to convince people. You can try to bring some logic and reason to the situation. But, at some point, other people have to get with the program and kind of meet you in the middle, go along with it, or agree to go along with it, agree to disagree, something. Help that's going to be available to you, though, is that you do have support of other members of the family, or you do have support of, other people trying to fix a situation. I mean, it does seem that other family members are going to be involved. Maybe your mother or someone connected to your mother's side of the family, or females, older sisters, or some of your siblings will probably give you some advice. Or maybe they're talking to this other person, whoever's causing the discord, or, and trying to get them to see reason. Somebody's on the wrong path, Scorpio, and this has come up for you before. So again, if you've had kind of an ongoing issue with a family member who's just, refusing to learn a lesson, refusing to see things from anyone else's perspective. It does seem like this is still going on. And you can be stubborn too, Scorpio. You are known for that. So, I mean, it could be that maybe you just took a hard tack or a hard line on a situation and you're set. You're set in that viewpoint. And even though you may be feeling like, it's getting tougher to hold that line, it's getting tougher to stay there, you're right. And there's, pride comes in to this, Scorpio, and backing down at this point would be, to you, it would be like admitting defeat. But, I mean, you feel like you've compromised enough. You feel like you've given enough. You feel like what you're being asked to sacrifice in some way is not, it's not fair. It's not fair. What you want essentially is the drama to end. And, but it seems like what's being asked of you or expected of you to end the drama, if it's a family situation, you feel is unfair. The thing is, though, is that this is going to continue to go on if you don't, at least for a little while, not forever, like I was saying before, but, you may have to sever a relationship. You may have to sever a family relationship, unfortunately, in September, Scorpio, just for a little while until they come to their senses. Maybe it's you doing that turns a light on. If it's not you, other people definitely are going to turn the light on. But, yeah, I feel like your family may be giving you advice, but, you may not want... It does seem you'll be getting good advice from your family about how to handle this. So definitely listen, especially to mom or sister or the females in your family. The women in your family are going to have very good advice for how to handle this situation, and at least put it maybe on better footing. You may not resolve it all, but I mean, and yeah, you may have to compromise, Scorpio, if you, it kind of comes down to if you want to alleviate this drama or stress and in the present, or if you want to wait Because in the moment, it's still not going to go away. It's still going to be unsatisfying. That relationship may not be back to the way it used to be or fixed, but at least it will be smoothed over in the present. The difference is if you wait and keep this hard line going, you know, you may be sad about it for a while, you know, that this person, you know, chose to kind of break off with you or to, refuse to compromise and actually work at a relationship. You'll still get the payoff later. And I think later the relationship will be able to go back to what it was, because it seems like the negativity or the negative influence or the reason for all of this will be removed or be gone. So that's good news. So yeah, it's like, you know, don't rush into any decisions about relationships in September, Scorpio. Really think it through. Feel your way through like you do most things. And temper your words a little bit. Because I see you really tempted. I see you being really tempted to just let someone have it. To just really kind of, and this is someone, again, you're close to, that you have a history with, you have a relationship with. Doesn't mean it's romantic, but it can be. I do see you just letting loose or wanting to on someone. Either way, even if you try to compromise, I do think you're going to be speaking with truth. A lot of this may be over the internet or over the wires. And if someone's trying to engage with you or get you into a serious conversation over the wires, Scorpio, insist that it be either on the phone or in person or on Skype or you know, in some way where you guys can talk face to face. Because I just feel like you're going to get a better result that way, even if you are going into, you know, it's so impersonal when we type things. Because you can't see the other person's expressions. You can't see you can't gauge their response. They can't see you. They can misunderstand or, completely take things the wrong way in text. We can read things very differently than when we hear them. And I feel like that will just cause things further. Now, it does seem like if you say, hey, let's talk in person, this will delay the conversation a bit more, but whatever. Just be like, look, if it's important to you, if our relationship is important to you, you want to be my friend, my sister, my brother, whoever this is, you want to continue to be in my life, then you will make time to talk to me face to face, or at least call me on the phone. So yeah. I think you can get to a new beginning here, Scorpio, but you are going to have to sacrifice something. You are going to have to sacrifice maybe even more. And, that's up to you guys. It'll be different for all of you, to decide, is this worth it? Is it worth it? Is this worth it to me? If it's going to alleviate stress in the moment, I think that's where this advice comes in from your friends and family. Definitely. Outcome for September, it does look like I think that finances are going to be very good. You may get an offer to pair up with somebody, to team up with somebody. This may be a project that you are offered to work on, but it may be with somebody that you don't want to work with, or with somebody who is lazy and that you would end up doing all the work. Maybe it's a client that's requesting your services and you've worked with them before and you just know that they are high maintenance, they are hard to get a hold of, immature, drama-rama, and you don't want to deal with it. So I think what they're saying here is that you should avoid, again, anything that's given you trouble in the past, avoid it, because I think there's an opportunity to make more money. So some of you may be getting a raise, or you'll be in the right place at the right time. There's luck around money in September. So you may find a way to make more money, get money for projects that you want to do. But it looks like you may have to choose between several options there. Yeah, so hold on one second. I've got more coming in from this page of rods here. Okay, this is going back to this situation with the family discord or the domestic discord. And this may help you make your decision. I do think that even if you compromise and give in, what you will feel will be giving in. This person who's been behaving pretty crappy is going to continue to behave the same way. So, I mean, it's like knowing that, maybe that will help you make your decision. Even if you sacrifice what you will consider even more or compromise or try to do that, this person's still not going to change their stance, their behavior towards you. They're going to continue to treat you like, they're going to continue to behave like a spoiled brat. And I mean, when the Page of Rods comes up, that's what I think of, a spoiled brat. Those kids, you know, that are always running around the grocery store, not minding their mother and screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs, knocking things off the shelves. I mean, you could have an adult in your midst acting this way. And you know what? Maybe it's going to be better for you to cut your losses and hope that they go back to normal if they don't normally act this way. And if they do normally act this way, even if you're related, maybe you're better off. Scorpio, maybe you're better off not having to deal with this person. And, you know, this could be in a work-related situation too. I'm getting for most of you that this is somebody you're a little bit closer to than a coworker. So it's for most of you, I think it's a family member. But some of you, it could be a child. It could be your child who has, you know, maybe you're divorced and they behave a certain way with you, but then they always come back from their other parent and misbehave because they're allowed to get away with things that you don't let them get away with. So that can be another way this is working. Some of you may be dealing with custody issues in September, or you may be talking to a lawyer about that, getting some advice about custody issues, children, trying to co-parent. You know, I think you're going to come out on the side of right with money if you're going through a divorce in September or starting those proceedings in September. I think you're going to get a hopeful outlook. You may initially be a little frightened about it. But I do think that you're going to work out custody. And any children, though, are going to have a real hard time with this split. I mean, that's, you know, just probably, that's common knowledge that, you know, but with the discord going on in the home, all the arguing and things like that, it's going to be better in the long run. So don't doubt that decision, but just know it's going to be an adjustment period for everyone, but particularly for children. And they may be acting out to get attention because things are changing and they don't know what's going on and they're just confused. So try to be patient. Definitely try to be patient. But that is what I see for September, Scorpio. I do hope that was helpful. Lots of good things coming on the financial front, but it does seem September maybe kind of colored by this family issue or dealing with discord. And I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but I do see you trying to find a way to work it out, you know, and trying to be the bigger person. And that's all we can do sometimes in certain situations. So very good luck to you, and I will see you back here in October.